Well, when Chris put this together, he studied it from a historic point of view. He didn't really study it from a religious pagan point of view, because basically how it's been established and set into people's mind was the deception on, basically how this is basically a celebration on how Esau came over here and just conquered the world. And, you know, as far as his mass murder and his methods on how he did it, it was the lie was put forth that basically, they came over here and cooperated with the Indians and they worked together, and they were, it was a thriving community between the Pilgrims and the Indians. And so now everybody instills this in their children, every year for generation to generation. And now you got people that they so caught up in the whole illusion and lie of it that it's like their truth and their reality, to where people will look at you like you out your mind, that you don't want to participate in this celebration of these mass murders of Hajj people.
My family members don't respect my faith because I've been telling them every year since I've been in this, the same thing over and over. I don't celebrate. Every year they call my house, try to get me to come over. It's like it's a spirit, but they don't have no respect. Every year it's the same thing, and I tell them every year the same thing over and over. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely spirits, man, because I don't understand it. Like, how could you tell somebody the same thing over and over every year, but then you get the same results? It's crazy.
Well, one reason is because we in a world that's being run by Satan. And so when you telling people that you got mass, this is called programming on a mass level. And when you got people that's caught up in the program, then you're telling them something different that's not a part of the program. So they in darkness, they can't see, so they just label you as that nigga crazy. He's out of his mind. Like, he ain't gonna give his kids Thanksgiving, and he gonna that's a time when we get together and celebrate, come together with our families. But the whole corporate world, the government, everybody has programmed everybody. It's just like after the day, everybody participates in this big feast, and then they go shopping the next day, and they call it Black Friday. And if you don't participate in that, I got a scripture. Hold up.
What about in Deuteronomy, where they talk about that fierce nation that comes that speaks a different language, and they just, you know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah. See, that's another part of the thing that we got to understand. You just can't look at, the murder and everything that took place, because if you believe that, like according to Second Esdras, it talks about some of the 10 tribes and how they traveled and how they got here to the Americas, and how the Most High blessed them with this land, and that, that they fell off and they stopped serving the Most High. They start worshiping, demons and the creations and the sun and all kinds of stuff. And he said that he prophesied the destruction, and it was going. He told you who was going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it was prophesied that Esau would come over here and murk everybody the way they did, and all over the world. Because it had to go down, because the Most High said it was going to go down. So you just can't, look at white people and be like, okay, I want to go and kill white people for what they did, because it was the Most High said, if you fall off, then you're going to get jacked up, and it's going to be a vile people that's going to come, and they was committing sodomy and raping and murdering, and just like the Most High said. But from the aspect that Chris Chris put the documents together, basically we was examining the fact that, that we blindly, as a nation and a world of people, do things that we've been programmed to do. And unless you stand up and be different and then reveal the light of truth about these things, then it's just going to keep going. So once you stand up, then you are going to be attacked, because the God of this world has blinded the minds of them that believe not. So if you come in with truth and light, then you are going to be attacked. All right. He that believeth on me, the works that I do, he shall do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go to my Father. So if we believe on Christ, see, Christ came in the world and he brought the light of truth that came from the Father. The words he spoke was the truth that the Father gave him. And he came into a world of darkness. So he said, if you believe on him, then the works that he did, you're going to do also. He says, and greater works, because he went to the Father. So now, because he went to the Father, it's going to happen on a wider level, because his body is going to grow throughout the earth, and it's going to be way greater than what he could have did while he was standing in flesh and blood itself. He says, and whatsoever you ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. So when you're walking in the character and you're asking according to the Spirit of Christ, the way the Spirit is dealing with you, then the Father is going to work with you, because you're going to be working to do the Father's will. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him not. But ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. So he's telling the disciples that the world cannot receive the Spirit of truth.